Closer and closer, Hurricane Matthew comes. But I don't care, because we're getting Suicide Squad the extended cut. Okay, so Warner Brothers announced we are getting yet another extended cut, this time with the Suicide Squad. Look, guys, you know I love that movie. I've seen it 5 times in theaters. The first time I seen it, I did have some issues with it, but the more times I seen it, the more I loved it. I can't wait for the extended cut, especially if it's got more of this lady right here. I'm down for that. But I will tell you that, like, because I'm excited for the extended cut because I like extended cuts. I thought the extended cut on Batman v Superman made that movie better. I did not like the theatrical version. I thought the ultimate cut, the extended cut, was a million times better. I'm a fan of extended cut films. I bought the Days of Future Past Road cut, which I really, really liked. I'm a big fan of the Daredevil director's cut. So I like director cut films. And you give me another director's cut of Suicide Squad, look, I'm going to buy it anyway, you know. But I'm kind of tired of Warner Brothers putting out like we're going to do this really Swiss cheese version in the theaters, but we're going to come out with this extended cut. I don't know if they're doing this to sell more Blu-rays and DVDs. I don't know what's going on. Especially right after the movie was released in theaters and it started getting like really criticized by the critics. David Ayer came out because there was talk that is there going to be a director's cut? Is there going to be an ultimate cut like Batman v Superman with the Suicide Squad? And David Ayer came out and said the theatrical version is my director's cut. So now we get closer and closer to the release date of the Blu-ray, and Warner Bros. Comes out and goes, we're going to have an extended cut. You just went against what your own director said. David Ayer said the theatrical cut was his director's cut. Now, this could be David Ayer just playing ball with Warner Brothers after the criticism that the movie got, because I heard David Ayer had a different version of the film that he showed other people. And then the movie came out and it was much different than what some of those people seen. So that could have easily been David Ayer playing ball with Warner Brothers and say, look, guys, that is my cut. Okay, just so him and the studio are on the same page, he's not throwing the studio under the bus, completely makes sense. But then you come around a few months later and say, we got an extended cut for you guys. Look, I am not complaining. The more Margot Robbie Harley Quinn I get in a movie, the better I will feel. I mean that's just a fact. I will enjoy the shit out of watching Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn on 4K. I like thinking about it right now is giving me a boner. But I just don't want next year Wonder Woman be like, we got a director's cut. Justice League, we got a director's cut. I don't want to see that all the damn time. I don't want to see that. You put out a director's cut. Batman v Superman deserved that director's cut. Because watching that movie, there was key elements of that movie that just wasn't in there. There was rumors at the beginning of the making of that film that the first original cut was 4 hours. Then the second cut was 3 hours. And then the cut we got in the theater was 2.5 hours. And you could see by the edits of that film that a lot was missing. And in Suicide Squad, I wouldn't say that a lot was missing from that film. I thought the plot was pretty much, coherent throughout the film. I do think they just made bad choices throughout the film. There was also reshoots for Suicide Squad to add more humor in there due to the lack of humor that was presented in Batman v Superman. So the reshoots added more humor. So are we going to get the footage of the original cut before they added all that humor? That's what I'm curious to see. But nonetheless, it makes David Ayer look pretty much like an ass, because David Ayer said the theatrical version was his director's cut. And now this pretty much shows that, you know what, David Ayer? You were just talking the talk, trying to play nice with the corporation. Again, I am not bashing DC or Warner Brothers for this. I personally am going to buy it. I bought the Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut. If you've seen my Marvel Has Too Much Humor video, I showed the 4K Blu-ray in that one. I own it. I also own it digitally. So I actually bought Batman v Superman twice. When it was first released digitally, because I wanted to see the Ultimate Cut in a hurry, and when it came out later on Blu-ray. So I bought that movie twice. Okay? And I can't wait for... I don't know if I'm going to buy Suicide Squad twice. I don't know if I'm going to buy it because it comes November 13th, the digital copy, and then December we get the Blu-ray. I don't know if I'm gonna buy that twice. As much as I love that movie, it's just Batman v Superman. I had to know, like, because it would make or break that film on what this extra 30 minutes does. This is extra 15 minutes. I don't think it's gonna make or break Suicide Squad. I love the theatrical version. Unlike Batman v Superman, I hate the theatrical version, so I wanted a reason to like it. Suicide Squad, I already like it, so I don't need to rush out and get it. When it comes out on Blu-ray, I will be getting it. I just don't want this to be the normal for Warner Brothers. I don't want them to say we got a Wonder Woman. It's like Oprah, you get an extended cut, you get an extended cut, you Cyborg extended cut, Flash extended cut, you all get extended cut. I just don't want that to be like that. So anyway, I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say. Be sure to leave your comment in the comment box below. Don't know if there's going to be any videos in the next couple of days because we are literally hours away from Hurricane Matthews hitting. It's a Category 4. It's pretty hectic. I already got my supplies, about to tape up my windows, bunker in, and play some Halo until this thing hits and see what happens. And yeah, hopefully everything turns out good, guys. So again, leave your comments, hit the subscribe button. Till next time, guys, I'm Robert Storms. As always, that's my opinion.